Hey guys, hey fellow target individuals and non-target individuals. I don't know if this is going to be very useful for non-target individuals because this video is just going to be a short thing, kind of focusing on physical defense. I've talked to some other target individuals, and I know money's a big concern. Like I have a job, and I do shell out some bucks to keep the cycle of my job going. So I buy, Q-Wave technology and plugs and stuff like that. Well, I've kind of run out of plugs in my house, so I've kind of gone to Q-Wave technology, and I do shell it out, and I do put it, I do fight it desperately. It works, but I have to use a whole lot of it to fight this guy's, military directed energy weapons. But I wanted to show y'all something really simple to do if you don't have a lot of money and you don't and like you can't screw up your house, and you're worried about screwing up your house, and you want to still have guests and stuff. Something simple tonight, like I put up a lot of aluminum. I put up corrugated steel, and then I put aluminum over it. But I know for some people you might not want to do that because you can't move it if you're going to have company and you don't want them to see the aluminum. But so at night, what you might want to do, and I don't know if people have done this, but I just put these little ticky tacks, like these things you stick posters up with. I don't know if you can see that. And what you could do is just put, and see, I just stuck the aluminum up there on the wall. And then you could just take it down. Like you could just take it off of this and just put it back on. Like take it off, and this is 75 square foot, heavy duty aluminum foil, so it's real wide. You see how wide it is? It's real wide, and it's real thick. It's real sturdy. And I just kind of hung it. I hung it on these little, I guess, I don't know what you call them. Sticky things to do your posters with, and you can just take it off. If you had company, you could just take those layers of aluminum and go put them in your closet, and then at night you could just put them back up, or when your company's gone, put them back up. My house is so it has aluminum paint, so company's gonna have to understand what's going on with me, or just not understand what's going on with me and still want to be friends with me. But I thought this was a good idea, and I just kind of thought of it, just stick something to your wall that won't destroy it, and then just kind of maybe stick the aluminum up there. You could put tape around it so it wouldn't rip through it, and it's a very cheap way to fortify your wall or even your ceiling. You could do that on your ceiling. You could stick little ticky tacks, and I might actually do this. Y'all see look at this. Incredible, huh? This is incredible. You can't see the whole thing, but it's so sad and horrible. There's aluminum foil on top, and I use ropes to keep it from the thing from collapsing. I put ropes go from there to the other side, and then I have some over there so they can't come at an angle, because usually the remote stuff, it comes from above, but they can do it at a little bit of an angle, or a lot of an angle sometimes. But they can't do remote stuff horizontal to you. But that's a good idea. I mean, I just thought of that. That's a good idea, that you won't destroy your house with it. Stick up something, or you can do it if you're just being hit remotely and you don't think your neighbors are doing it to you. You can put it above, on your ceiling. Put some sticky things with some little, and then just pop that aluminum through it, and maybe put a little bit of tape around it to keep it there. And that's a simple way you can take it down real easy. Leave it up for a while, see how it works. That's a simple thing to do. I'm pretty good. They're still doing it. The guy's still trying it. I can still hear V2K, but I'm pretty healthy. I go to work. I get my stuff done. I'm on call. I help some people tonight a lot. Yeah, it's not rewarding, because I help people, and it should be I get off and I'm like, oh wow, that person that was sick is gonna feel a lot better because of what I'm doing. I should have a real sense of pride about it, but I'm dealing with the V2K, and they're like, yeah, he's retarded. They're watching me actually not screw up and help people, and they still call me retarded and stuff. And I guess that's part of the program because they want you to look like you're schizophrenic. They also want you to get angry, and they want to hurt you physically and blah blah blah, whatever, gang stalking, the stupid program. Really stupid. Waste time. But that is a cool idea right here. Like just sticking, if you don't have any money, go buy you some rolls of 75 square foot heavy duty. Remember, heavy duty aluminum foil because it's real thick. Real thick stuff. You can double layer it and just put something up there. Like, you don't have to use what I use, and I want to show that close. It's like something you stick in the wall. It has a little, it has this little kind of area you can stick the aluminum foil in, but you could use something else. And maybe do that, above where you sleep. Just an idea that's real cheap. So you don't have to buy rope or anything like that, or go out and buy corrugated steel. I sleep pretty comfortable in my enclosure. Like, I made that video where I didn't, like, I was in my parents' house and they don't have any aluminum. I just have my personal defenders from Q-Wave, which do work. They work real good. I have tons of them. I have like 5 on my body, and they're $300 a piece, and I've spent my money on them. It works, but it's not powerful enough for military grade ELF or military grade, directed energy weapons. But there's going to be technology like this, and this is going to end. I mean, it's kind of like a when thing. It's not an if thing. It's just I hope soon. We need to push it along so it does stop. Because nobody believes me. I mean, no normal person believes me. Targeted individuals and me talk, and we believe each other. We hear the same things. It's the same thing, but it seems like normal people, and I'll use my buddy at work as an example, and he's a smart guy, and I still like him, and he's not blacklisted in my book or anything, definitely. But he was just like, oh yeah, it's a bunch of schizophrenic people, and they all kind of think the same thing. So people are willing to believe some crazy stuff themselves to not believe that this is happening, because it is, like, when you think about it in a normal person's perspective, this guy that's doing this to me is so evil, and it's hard to believe in that somebody could do something so evil. It's hard to believe that. Even my neurologist said that. He was like, oh, I just can't believe anything so cruel and so callous somebody could do that. And that's part of their, that's part of why they get away with it, because it's so evil that you can't even question it almost. It's like you can't even say a human would do something so evil, because our context for that isn't really in the right place. It's not where it should be. Our context of what we think people, like a lot of people, would do is not where it should be. We've got to realize there are some really bad people in the world. Really bad. And I don't know why they went bad, and I don't know where they learned it, and I don't know why they do it. And we've always known there are criminals few and far between. And there's crime and there's murder and stuff like this, but now it's like there are people trying to normalize, torture for somebody's lifetime. And that's a fact. I mean, it's a fact, and people can be like, hey, you're crazy, or I don't believe you. My brother's like, yeah, I told you I don't believe you. I mean, he doesn't laugh at me, but he wants to tell me the truth, and they care. My brother and my friend, they care about me, and they don't want to strengthen what they think is a delusion, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that totally, because they believe it is a delusion, and they don't want to strengthen it. However, it is happening, so after I talk to them and we hang out, I need to just stop talking about it if I'm not getting anywhere with them, and then I do still have to deal with it, because it really is happening. It is my life on the line, and a lot of other people's lives on the line. So, that being said, like, I totally have friends that think I'm cuckoo nuts, but you gotta kind of just, there's something bigger here, and I believe you, so, because it's happening to me, so I believe you, so that should be enough. Just me believing you. A lot of people believe you, and there are a lot of targeted individuals out there, more than I even know. So I just wanted to show you all that little simple things. I put a lot of stuff in my windows and stuff, but there's some simple ways to put stuff up and not spend a lot of time. And then even if you're having company, you can pull it down, so they don't have to see that, or if you don't want them to see it. Like, I don't know, my house, this is a beautiful place, a beautiful neighborhood, but I gotta find a way to leave it. I gotta find a way to get away from this guy, because he won't let me get away from him. And I really want to do that. I really want to live, peaceful life, and I want this over with so I can work on my life and help my family. They need me to make enough money, because they're getting a little bit older, and, I don't want to be a burden on them. I'm sure a lot of you people don't, a lot of you guys, you target individuals, don't want to be burdens on your family. I guess that's it. I just want to show you all that simple thing. I mean, because of y'all, because of people being interested in this and stuff like that, I have 34,000 views on my YouTube channel. Doesn't that tell you something? That there are people out here that this isn't just some kind of hoax or some kind of insanity. It still doesn't prove it. I tell my brother and I tell my friend, that I have that many views, and they're like, yeah, there are a lot of schizophrenic people out there. A lot of people who want attention. I'm doing an imitation of my friend at work. We're cool though. He jokes with me all the time. But it's so funny, though, that he said that, because, that's exactly what we don't want. We've had too much attention. We have people actually, watching us naked and mutilating our bodies, and that's a lot of attention. But it's human thought, and there's psychiatry and what that teaches us. And, a lot of these things that are gang stalking is widespread all over the world, and it's very well planned out using sophisticated weaponry, and it's for a reason. These guys even doing it, they may be making money and think they know kind of a slice of the pie, but even they're compartmentalized away from, higher up and what the real reason, all this is going on. Compartmentalization is just such a huge part of this. With any kind of black ops or covert stuff or military industrial complex things, the vehicular stalkers are compartmentalized from the people killing people in their homes. The police are even compartmentalized from what's really going on in somebody's home. Police could think I'm just putting up aluminum and I'm a nuisance to this neighborhood, but not know that this guy has directed energy weapons. Some could, some don't, some do. It's compartmentalization, and that's a divide and conquer. That's a definite divide and conquer. Because you divide people's realities, and you just conquer them. And everybody's fighting everybody. Even the people who are all doing gang stalking are on different planes of thought about what it is and what they're doing. So it's dividing and conquering us all. I don't know the big picture of why, but gotta fight it. Gotta fight it. It's not good. It's not anything good. Definitely not anything good. And I was kind of thinking about that tonight. And I really hate this guy who's doing this to me. But I told him, because I did talk to him tonight. I said, if this all ended in the good police and good FBI were okay, we got all the gang stalkers now, and they put them up against the wall, and they said, this guy's been torturing you for 20 years. If it went on for another 13 years or 12 years, and they said, here's your gun. This guy's been torturing you your whole life. You got it. You can do away with him. You know what I'd do with that gun? I'd throw it down on the ground. I'd throw it down on the ground, because if I shot him or if I did something like that, I would become him. I'd become like him. And that's what these people have done. These gang stalkers, these people involved in the harassment programs, they say they're fighting terrorism, but the war was already lost because they became terrorists. And a long time ago, people who said they were fighting terrorists were already terrorists. So you instantly lose the war. If you become them, you lose. You lose. There's no point in it. Then it's just slaughter, because it's so important. It's so important to stay yourself and to stay the course and to be peaceful. I guess I don't know. I guess at this point right now, because I'm comfortable in my house and they're not burning my heart so bad, literally microwaving my chest, that it's easy to say because I'm calm. because y'all saw my video where they had basically just brained the left side of my head. I mean, oh God, I was so angry. So I guess it's easy to say when you're calm and you can defend yourself. That's why I just think it's so important to defend yourself in some way, and because then at least you can think logically about it. Because these people don't want you to think logically; they want you to act on emotion and anger. They want you to do something stupid so they can put you away or put you in jail. And we all need to say a prayer for Jiminy Cricket. He's a stalker. I mean, he's a targeted individual. Who's been really hurt, and I've seen him very angry, and he's a young guy with his life just beginning. And sometimes like I want to say, hey, don't say stuff like that, but he's a young guy who's been stripped of a lot of potential, because he is intelligent. He's very intelligent. I've heard a lot of stuff, but let's say a prayer for him. I don't know if he's out yet, but Jiminy, if you're seeing this, and I know he's big time, he's got a YouTube channel and a lot of followers, so I know he won't mind if I mention his name. But they did get him, and they threw him in a I guess like a I don't know if it's a temporary psychiatric place. Like they threw me, like they put me into St. James or St. What was it? I can't even remember the name of the place, but it was somewhere. I guess it was St. James. I think that. I don't know, but there's a $20,000 bill for that. But they put him in a place like that, probably like a stabilization center, and that was like a week ago. Maybe he's out by now. I hope he is, but let's all say a prayer for him. I really want to talk to him because he's a very intelligent guy. He puts out a lot of good stuff, and we're all being really hurt, and let's just say a prayer for all those people who are being unjustly incarcerated and entrapped, made to look violent when we're responding to something that's so violent that destroys our life. Let's pray for all of us like that, but especially say a prayer for Jiminy, because I saw in his Google thing, and he was like, yeah, I'm in this place. They got him. I don't know the situation of what happened, but like my situation when it happened, I didn't do anything crazy. I didn't do anything violent. I tried to get information from an important person in the state, and they just called the coroner, and the coroner was like, boom, and the guy who put me there was an ex-FBI agent who was like, yeah, come on into the emergency room. Then bam, they put me in a blue suit and threw me in there. St. Clair was the name of it. I was great in there. I actually helped people, and I really helped people. I met another targeted individual, I'm pretty sure, and he thought that he was just very, very sensitive to EMF, but he was very sick in a wheelchair, and I'm pretty sure, and he had his family was in the military and stuff, and the kind of pain he was talking about couldn't be just from sensitivity to EMF. So I'm pretty sure I met another targeted individual in there, but he believed in a lot of stuff about the New World Order and stuff like that, but he didn't believe that he was a targeted individual. But I kind of, from my experiences, I was kind of trying, not trying to convince him, but trying to get him to try stuff to see. So it was an experience. My parents, oh my God, that was hell. And then my parents turned off my plates. That really proved to me, and I'm scared to turn them off now, because my parents came into my house and turned off. I had 5 plates against that wall, and they turned them off. They turned off the electricity in those rooms, and the guy hit me so hard in the prostate. And I've told y'all about this, that I went into shock. I literally felt my body get cold, and they were nailing me. And I told my parents, because that happened, and I told my mom, I said, can you turn those plates back on, without even asking them if they turned them off, because I knew they did. I knew they did because of how it was hitting me. And she was like, how'd you know we did that? And I was like, well, I just knew because this guy was hit me. And then she goes, no, I told you that on the phone. I told you we turned those off. And I was like, no, you didn't, Mom. So you got to understand that people, they're going to try and protect themselves. They don't want to believe this stuff. It's not their fault. People actually their brains have defensive mechanisms, not to believe this stuff. But like, I mean, my mom, I don't know. I don't know what people believe about me. I know what targeted individuals believe about me and what I believe about y'all. That this is true, that we need to help each other and we need to help normal people to somehow come to terms with it, because they're going to be next if they don't open their eyes, you know. But yeah, like from those experiences, like I remember that conversation because I was like, Mom, turn back on the plates, and she was like, oh, okay, we'll turn those back on. I go, how do you think that I was like, Mom, how do you think that I knew that? And because I was like, I told her the story. I was like, they hit me so hard. It was different. And she was like, no, I told you that. I told you that we turned off those plates. On the phone, I told you that. And I was like, no, you didn't. Because I remember the entire conversation. So it's like, even, she was like, because that would have been proof in her mind that there was something happening. So even she was like, no, I told you about that, you know. So give people a break who aren't, who don't know about this. I'm a little bit depressed tonight. It's like I worked all day, and this is all I'm working on. Oh my God, I want a life. Like, I want a regular house, and I want to hang out with friends and just hang out and not in a 3 feet. I mean, I have about 3 feet that I can kind of move around in. I guess I could make it a little bit. I could make it about 5 feet. I'll pull up that rope. I just don't want to mess with it because it's working so good. It's defending me so good. So I don't want to mess with it and pull it up and maybe it collapse or something like that. But I know I could. It's just like when you start messing with aluminum foil, like, and you start moving it around, it really gets crushed and stuff like that. But back to, and this is not, okay, it's 20 minutes already, but just back to that simple idea. That's such a simple idea. And if you're being hit from the side, you know it is your neighbors. This is a great idea for your walls. You could put like 3 layers of this thick aluminum foil. It's like $5 for a roll, which is pretty expensive, but you know, go buck wild, buy 5 rolls of it for $25, $25, and you can put that on your walls. You can put it over where you sleep. You know, get a little bit of defense. I mean, I really, like, I go nuts when my body's not defended. That one night at my parents' house when I wasn't defended, like, I woke up, I was limping, like, and one of my friends, and I know he doesn't care if I say his name, Mike M from New York, you know, he kind of, I was like, what did they do to my head? Because my leg, it felt like I was limping. So did they damage my brain in such a way that my leg was like hurt? And he kind of, he's like, you were punch drunk, you know, they like hit you and you were punch drunk. And that's kind of what it was like. I was just having trouble moving and move my body because I was like punch drunk, like somebody had just been punching me in the head all night. But yeah, and I was on a conference call last night too. It was a great conference call. There is a protest. I don't know if it's a protest or they're just getting together in Tallahassee, Florida, on April 16th, 15th, 16th. I think it's 16th, but I think people are going to get down there. It's a Thursday. I'm thinking about going. I'm going to try and get off of work, you know, go from Thursday and stay the whole weekend and meet up with some other targeted individuals. Maybe try and meet up and go there. I'm going to try to, but work is so important to me right now. But it is in Tallahassee. They're going to do it near FSU where the Myron May stuff happened. I don't know. They were talking about that, and like, I guess that's good to remember him and to think about his example and not do that. I just get confused when I start talking about him, so I'm going to not do that right now because I just want to have an easy night and I just want to show y'all something, but I'll always babble and get onto something kind of complicated. So I'm going to go ahead and go boop and stop that. But April 16th, there's like a kind of a, I don't know if it's not a protest. I think it's just people, target individuals getting together and talking. What else? Yeah, I just wanted to show you all that simple thing. I mean, that's so simple, you know? Just some really thick aluminum, and you can just put it up and you can just pull it off. You could just tape it around there and make a little hole and just stick it up there, take it off, put it in your closet, you know, put it back up there. Such a good little simple things, that I think of, I'll try and put on video. Because people don't think about it. I didn't think about it. Like, I was telling somebody last night, a really good lady in Delaware. I'm not going to say her name, but she's a target individual. And I was telling her about, the Altera plugs, which is if you want to start defending with something that actually makes a field with scalar waves and uses your wall to make an actual field against this stuff, I would start with those Altera plugs. I told her that, and that's the best thing to start because they're $50 a piece, and you can put one in and see if it buffers it, see if it helps, and then you can maybe buy more, put them around your house, but they're only $50. This stuff's super cheap. You can buy 5 rolls of it and really block out anything. And you could just, the room that you're in, you could just stick up a bunch of stuff and stick up a bunch of the aluminum on your ceiling. Whatever room you sleep in. So, something to think about. I love you guys. I'll make another video soon. And post these, and still working on a lot of stuff. I'm pretty good right now. I got a lot of corrugated steel. Like, actually, the window, I feel like, I have a feeling that they go to the window to shoot. They don't really try and shoot through their wall because they want less resistance from in their house. So I kind of put the corrugated steel lined up with their big window in the center that kind of lines up with where I sleep. And so I think that's really helping a lot. So they'll have to go to other places. Because a lot of times, like what I say is it's about deterrence and not actually like knowing exactly where they're going to be. It's about deterring them from going to a place. Blocking a certain place so they don't go there and they have to go somewhere else, then blocking that place and blocking that and deterring them from even thinking about going through a certain angle. But alright guys, I'm gonna kind of just get in my little cave. I'm gonna get in my little cave and watch some TV. I've been watching Clone Wars. It's a great show. Been watching Fringe. Fringe is so awesome. Like, just I don't know. It's a very interesting show. I like J.J. Abrams. He's gonna do the new Star Wars movie too. So really cool. I have Netflix, and so I just watched that. I'm gonna get in there and chill and get ready for work. Like, I'm so good at that job. Like, just tonight, like I know the equipment, and I was really helping these people, and after I did it, I should have been like, oh, that feels like a day of good work, and boy, it's good, it's just awesome, but, these guys ruin it. They do. Because then I'm like, it's like, even if I'm just listening to music, they're like, see, he's listening to that. He's listening to angry music. He's dangerous. Like, I mean, just everything I do, this guy's trying to make it out like I'm some kind of terrorist or something. Like, he's really desperate. He's really desperate to, like, get violence against me and say that I'm, like, dangerous. Like, he's so desperate to, like, end it in, like, a lot of bloodshed or something. I don't know. He's weird. It's just really weird, but it's going on a long time, and he's been working it. He's tired, like, and he can't stop. Like, it's crazy. Like, I mean, and I actually yesterday I talked to some people who are being gang stalked, and they're like, one lady who I was talking to, she said, my stalkers, and I didn't tell her that my stalkers say it too, but they say, we have to do this. We have to do this. We have to keep doing this. And her stalker said say the exact same things, and they're a totally different age group doing it to her. But I felt like I was like, that really? A lot of them say that. Like they say like we have to do this. Like weird, weird that they would all just say that, and like why would they think they have to do it, or why would they lie and say that they have to do it? whatever. I mean, there's not much sense to be made out of all this, but hey, I praise God right now that I feel pretty good. I got my defenses up. I wish I had a girlfriend instead of this, but you know, you do what you can. you do what you can. And I'll go to work tomorrow. I don't know. I hope I'll have a good night of sleep. Interesting side note. There's another vehicle in the main organizer's driveway, silver vehicle without a license plate. I don't know if he's trying to just psych me out and be like, oh, there's another car, because I kept saying that he was combining arsenals with this guy in the black car, which I think that he really did. But now I think he's trying to psych me out and put a silver car. So they have his truck, and then the black car, and then the silver car without a license plate. And his wife's car is not there, but she's there because I see her outside. And they have to drive the kids, so like I guess they drive his wife to her car. Just really suspect stuff, like totally just suspect. His lights are on all night in the front. Cars without license plates, they get license plates like a week and a half later. I mean, totally in your face, just criminality. But I can't get help, being murdered in my home. And and this morning, after being tortured all night, and getting up and fighting to just get clean and take a bath, through the torture, then I'm driving to work, and I have a cop that follows me all the way, almost like followed me, was behind me the whole way. So that's awesome, It's awesome being tortured all night in your home, and I mean, almost just murdered in your house all the time, and then you're going to work, like you're getting up and fighting through the torture to go to your honest job. Your neighbor has been murdering you all night, even while you're trying to get ready for work, and you don't say a word. I didn't say a word. And then I got a cop, I came out of my neighborhood, and he was, like, right there, kind of caravan, and then he just pulled in behind me, just all the way to one of the streets, to the street that I go to go to work. Could have been coincidence, but I saw, I saw, 30 cops today, caravanning me. Department of Public Safety cops. I mean, it's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. The Department of Public Safety police officers caravanning me. Like, while these guys are shooting me, they're shooting me in the head with directed energy weapons while I have this van full of oxygen tanks. It's so crazy. Like, our country is, that's insane. That's insane. It's so compartmentalized that there's so many people driving around and thinking different things in their head about what's going on. It's like this huge, everybody's thinking a different lie, Just, how could this ever help us in any way? It's like a total divide and conquer, even dividing and conquering the gang stalkers themselves who are, killing us. This is my thing to all targeted individuals. Let us never become divided and conquered, because we're so easy to divide and conquer. It's like we're all paranoid, people come in. If anybody, comes in and we think they're a stalker or something, go ahead and point at them and say, that is weird, they are interrupting, but don't get involved in it. Don't let it get your goat, and then just move on. And go to the transparent people that are targeted individuals. Don't, get into it with these people. Because, I had some people who were commenting and trying to screw around with me, and I just said, yeah, did you see those guys with the comments? I noted it in my videos, and I was like, yeah, well, it's free discourse. I want everybody, negative, positive, who thinks I'm crazy, who is a stalker, who is a target. I want them all talking on my webpage. I want it all. I want it all on this YouTube thing. I want full discourse, full transparency for myself, full transparency for anybody and their ideas. But I see some of the people, they do videos, and then somebody will have a negative comment, and then they'll fool around with them. They'll be like, well, that's not true, and it'll get to them, and I see like these threads where they're arguing with the people, and that's what they want, that's what they want. So don't give that to them, move along, point it out. That's weird. I don't know about that. I don't know about you, and just move on to people that you do know about. It's harder with the people who attack you and V2K you, but with people who just comment and they're annoying or they do something annoying, point it out. That's kind of bizarre, and move on to people who you do care about and who you can help. That's just kind of my advice. All right, I'm at 30 minutes, and I just wanted to show y'all that one thing. But I kind of like talking to y'all, because then I don't feel like I'm alone in this house with a bunch of people around me with ground-directed energy weapons. So I'll just sit here and do that with my face all night. It sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and shut it off. I'm doing pretty good right now, so I just want to let y'all know, I hope y'all are doing good. It's just like, I have spent a lot of money on defense. I just don't see any other way. I don't see any other way, because when I'm in pain, like if I didn't have any of this defense, I'd either be dead, or the police would be able to just be like, you're crazy, because they'd hurt me so bad. And that's why let's pray for Jiminy Cricket. I don't know if he defends or whatever with materials. I want to talk to him, especially when he gets out, and know how he's doing. Then I want to, I don't know. I'm going to privately talk with him, and because he can get a lot of information out too, because he's got a great YouTube channel and he's got a following. So I want to tell him about what I've done to defend myself. So if he could defend his body, he may not have to deal with so much anger, because I'd be the same. I'd be angry the same way. And he does get through it. He gets through it sometimes, and he's not always. But it's important, because we're human beings, and we go off the handle when we're being murdered. That's when you are being murdered and trapped in your house, and then you're being murdered everywhere you go remotely. You get mad. You get mad. So that's why I think defense is very important. And I think everybody who's a targeted individual, thinks defense is important. No matter what they decide or what they're working on, we all kind of, we agree on certain things that, it's good to take care of your body. It's good to, it's good to get evidence. It's good to, and I want to mention, well, now I'm going to mention another one. I'm going to talk to my friend more, but he is doing a big project on collecting evidence, and it's a huge project to collect some good evidence, auditory and ambient sound evidence. Great idea. And so I'll tell you all about that on later videos after I talk to him and get the okay to talk about it. So if y'all and try and get some of y'all participating in it, because I think it could be awesome. He's a really smart guy. He's been dealing with this a long time. So he's got some wisdom in what we need to do to move forward. All right, guys. Good night. Live long and prosper. Love you guys. God bless y'all. Peace and love go out to y'all, and I hope that you're having a good night. I hope you can get some shelter somewhere, get some rest, and feel safe. That's what I hope for y'all. Alright, and I will see y'all on the next one. Alright, guys. Good night.